Number 3, keep mentally stimulated during the day. Boredom can cause loss of sleep. If you're physically and mentally active, you're less likely to get bored. Poor sleepers spend more time shopping, sitting around, and watching TV. Good sleepers spend time working, talking, doing chores, and pursuing hobbies. They are motivated and self-directed individuals, excited about life's opportunities. Isolated people, depressed people, and those without a social support system of family and friends tend to be poor sleepers. Studies show involvement with others through projects and volunteer work helps such people reduce stress and anxiety by focusing on problems other than their own. Feel good about yourself, feel needed and loved, and you'll sleep better. Number 4, eat a proper diet. There is some controversy about the relationship between what you eat and how you sleep. In general, being healthy involves eating a proper diet, and healthy people sleep better. Eat vegetables and fruits, whole grain cereals and breads, rice, pasta, fish, and poultry. Limit your intake of fat. Avoid fried foods. You should eat a basic healthy breakfast, a substantial lunch, and a light dinner. Eating proteins at dinner, such as fish, chicken, or certain vegetables, will prevent hunger pangs at night. Do not eat a large or heavy meal within 4 or 5 hours of going to bed. While a substantial intake of food can make you feel drowsy initially, you'll probably toss and turn during the night, and you're likely to gain weight by eating too late in the day to burn off the calories before they begin to do damage. According to Yoon-Sik Ko, professor of clinical dietetics at the University of Oklahoma Health Sciences Center, when you eat a big meal, the body dumps a large amount of insulin into your system, which helps to store fat. Add that to the inactivity of sleep, and the body will store much more fat than usual. You also are much more likely to have indigestion. Stay away from foods that cause indigestion, gas, or heartburn. Pickles, garlic, and fatty or spicy foods are to be avoided at night. If you are sensitive to monosodium glutamate, you might induce insomnia if you eat a late night pizza or Chinese food. If you're hungry at bedtime, a light snack high in carbohydrates and low protein will settle your stomach and help you sleep. Carbohydrates with a high glycemic index, such as rice, potatoes, bread, and processed breakfast cereals, and fruits containing glucose or sugar, helps speed the amino acid tryptophan to the brain, where it is converted to serotonin, a sleep-inducing neurotransmitter. The process takes about 45 minutes to 1 hour before the food is eaten. In contrast, proteins inhibits the transfer of tryptophan to the brain and help maintain alertness. Cheese and crackers, cereal and milk, and a glass of warm milk, sparkling water, Ovaltine, or banana or apple can be helpful. Some herbs, such as valerian, taken as a bedtime tea with honey, have sedative properties that can help put you to sleep and keep you asleep. Other non-caffeinated herbal teas include chamomile, lemon, and evening primrose. Certain vitamins and minerals, such as calcium and magnesium, are naturally occurring relaxants that can help you sleep better. Read No More Sleepless Nights by Peter Hari, director of the Mayo Clinic's Insomnia Program, and Shirley Lind for an in-depth review of nutrition and sleep. Number 5, stop smoking. Aside from all its carcinogenic properties, nicotine stimulates brainwave activity and increases blood pressure and heart rate. These factors all disturb your ability to get to sleep and remain asleep. If you have insomnia, stop smoking. Nicotine is an even stronger stimulant than caffeine. Heavy smokers take longer to fall asleep, awaken more often, and spend less time in REM and deep NREM sleep. Because nicotine withdrawal can start 2 or 3 hours after the last puff. Some smokers wake in the night craving a cigarette. When smokers break their nicotine habit, their sleep improves dramatically. 2-pack-a-day smokers who quit cut the time they lay awake in bed by almost half. Number 6, reduce caffeine intake. Do not drink coffee, tea, or soft drinks that contain caffeine, such as colas, within 6 hours of your bedtime. As stimulants, they delay sleep onset and disturb REM sleep, the period in which dreaming usually occurs. Avoid chocolate, which also contains caffeine, and high-sugar foods near bedtime. Even that little piece of chocolate candy under your hotel pillow might disturb your rest. Number 7, avoid alcohol in your bedtime. You might be tempted to drink a glass of wine or something stronger to help you get to sleep. Having a nightcap is common practice worldwide, but even widely shared customs are not necessarily a good thing. In fact, you should never use alcohol to help yourself fall asleep. You might indeed fall asleep quickly, but your sleep will be disturbed. Both NREM and REM sleep will be suppressed, and you will experience early morning awakenings, often with a hangover. A drink before dinner or a glass of wine with dinner probably won't make too much of a difference in your sleep, but avoid having any alcohol within 3 hours of bedtime if you expect to sleep well. You should avoid alcohol at all times when you're sleep deprived. One drink of alcohol can make you stone cold drunk if you are carrying a large sleep debt. Sleep deprivation greatly magnifies the effects of alcohol, regardless of your physical build. Drinking at bedtime can also start or aggravate sleep apnea, a sleep disorder that causes you to stop breathing for up to 90 seconds several hundred times each night. Alcohol or sleeping pills might prevent the momentary arousals necessary to resume breathing, causing you to die in your sleep. Number 8, take a warm bath before bed. Just before going to bed, take a warm soaking bath around 100 degrees Fahrenheit, or relax in a jacuzzi or hot tub if you're lucky enough to have one. This will send blood away from the brain to the skin surfaces and make you feel relaxed and drowsy. Your body temperature raised by the warm water will soon plummet if you have a moderately cool bedroom. This will initiate sleepiness and more deep delta sleep. If you have a heart condition, high blood pressure, are subject to dizzy spells, or are pregnant, check with your doctor before subjecting yourself to very hot bathing. Number 9. Maintain a relaxing atmosphere in the bedroom. You must condition yourself to associate the bedroom with pleasure and rest, not with stress and tension. Use the room only for sexual activity and sleep, not for arguing, watching exciting or violent television programs, eating, working, or balancing checkbooks. Watching a comedy on TV or listening to soft music might help as a tension reducer. Number 10. Establish a bedtime ritual. When you were young, your parents probably established a ritual that helped you get to sleep. They turned on the lights and read to you until you began to nod off. Why not do something similar for yourself? Engage in a nightly ritual of reading for pleasure just before turning off the lights. Find a good book. Turn off the room lights. Use a reading lamp that can be gradually dimmed, and take your mind off the day's worries by venturing into the author's thoughts. When you're fully relaxed, or when drowsiness begins to lower your eyelids, you're ready to turn off the light. A cure for insomnia? The thing to do for insomnia is to get an opera score and read that. That will bore you to death. Merlin Horn, 1959. Number 11. Have pleasurable sexual activity. The one exception to exercising immediately before bedtime is sexual orgasm. Researchers have found that satisfying sexual activity can promote sleep onset and induce deep and restful sleep. Endorphins are released by sexual stimulation and can enhance the peaceful nature of sleep. However, if any sexual experience leads to dissatisfaction, anxiety, or concern about performance, it is likely to be more detrimental than helpful to a good night's sleep. Number 12. Consider your share. Many couples find sound sleep is facilitated by the warmth and intimacy that comes with sharing a bed, but your situation may be different. Two people often do not rest as easily as one. Even sound sleepers move 50 to 60 times per night. If your bed partner has a sleep disorder, you might be disturbed by kicking, flying elbows, tossing, turning, and snoring. If that's the case, try a bigger bed, or put twin beds side by side. 13. Avoid an environment of raining cats and dogs. While your pets might enjoy sharing your bed or your bedroom, their movements and noises during the night or early morning could disrupt your slumber. Unless you're generally comforted by their presence and cannot bear to be without them for the night, dogs and cats can prove to be a hindrance rather than a help. Speaking of bears, you might find a teddy bear to be comforting. Number 14. Clear your mind at bedtime. At bedtime, avoid ruminating about problems and work. If your mind is too active, you have trouble falling asleep, or you might wake up during the night or too early in the morning. Set aside your worries and calm your mind before going to sleep by writing each thought on a 3x5 index card on the nightstand. Jot down a potential solution or a time during waking hours when you'll address the problem. That will transfer the problem from the brain to the paper. Leave it there for the night and get some sleep. You might prefer to use a pocket dictation recorder. If you wake up during the night and need to record a thought, you could do so without turning on a light. Number 15. Try some bedtime relaxation techniques. If you're still having trouble falling asleep, try some relaxation techniques while lying in bed. Here are some tips from the Better Sleep Council. Progressive muscle relaxation, PMR. Try tensing and relaxing your muscles in groups, starting from the toes and slowly working up the body to the eye muscles and forehead. Squeeze tightly for 5 to 10 seconds, then release and relax for 15 to 20 seconds before moving upward to the next group. Yoga. Relax and inhale to the count of 5 and raise your arms backward over your head until they touch the mattress. Make 2 fists and raise your buttocks. Tense and stretch every muscle, even your face. Then, arms still raised, let all the tension drain from your body. Light a candle, but only in your mind. Focus on the flame and dismiss all thoughts that cause it to flicker. As it burns steadily, your mind becomes serene. Mental imagery and fantasies. Imagine yourself in a relaxing situation, such as lying on a tropical beach, strolling through fields, floating through the air, or listening to soft music. Feel the warmth of the sun and the gentle breezes. Hear the lapping sounds of the surf and inhale the fragrances. Relax. Deep breathing. Take 5 deep breaths, and as you count each one, say to yourself, I'm getting more relaxed, peaceful, and serene. I'm slowly falling asleep. Concentrate only on this message. Mind games. Imagine you're writing 6-foot-high numerals on a large blackboard. Start at 100 and count backward. You probably won't make it to 50. Counting sheep. The oldest trick in the book really works. It distracts both sides of the brain with a soothing, repetitive activity. The right side sees the image, the right side sees the image, the left does the counting. You literally bore yourself to sleep. For those who can't visualize, we've seen a looped videotape of sheep jumping a fence. You play it on your bedroom TV. It repeats itself ad nauseum. You're sure to fall asleep. If none of the above work and you are still wide awake, get out of bed until you feel drowsy again. Number 16. Avoid trying too hard to get to sleep. The number one piece of advice that sleep experts give to people with sleep problems is relax. You're trying too hard. Volunteers in a sleep study were offered $25 if they could fall asleep quickly. Researchers found it took their subjects twice as long to fall asleep as it took a control group of volunteers who were not under such pressure to perform the pleasurable task quickly. If you're not sleepy after half hour in bed, or if you wake up in the middle of the night and can't get back to sleep, get up and leave the bedroom. Try to stay in the dark or in a dimly lit surroundings. Listen to soft music, to do some light reading. If you're too alert and feel like being productive, do some light housework. Most of us get pretty tired doing that anytime. Soon enough, you'll feel sleepy again. Go back to bed. 17. Limit your time in bed. Stress, depression, boredom, and partner pressure may get you going to bed earlier than you need to fulfill your sleep requirement. Older people fearing a night of several awakenings and light sleep often go to bed too early. This only adds to the problem of fragmented sleep. Go to bed only for that period of time you usually need for sleep, and sleep only until refreshed. Staying in bed too long will promote shallow and disturbed overall sleep. 18. Learn to value sleep. If you want to enjoy life to its fullest, you must learn to value good sleep. You must do everything within your power to respect the needs of your body for rest. Leave the all-nighters and the late-night partying to others who don't care about their daytime alertness. You owe it to yourself not to settle for anything less than being wide awake and dynamic at your best all day long. 19. Use the peak performance sleep log. Begin a new regimen immediately and track your progress. Don't waste another night or day. The time to start preparing for peak performance through the power of sleep is now. Begin by keeping track of your sleep habits and daytime alertness on a daily basis for the next 6 weeks. To help you do this systematically, you should complete the peak performance sleep log each morning at breakfast. It will help you check on the regularity of your schedule, your sleep strategies, and your progress toward greater alertness through better sleep. If you have followed the golden rules and sleep strategies in this book, by the end of 6 weeks, you should see significant improvement in your alertness, mood, and ability to perform at an optimal level. 20. If necessary, consult a sleep specialist. Get on a regular sleep-wake schedule. Try one or more of the above techniques for a few weeks. See what works for you. It takes time. Be patient. If this book doesn't put you to sleep, it's time to seek more direct intervention from a healthcare professional. You should always tell your physician if you are having problems with your sleep. His or her suggestions and prescriptions can be invaluable. If nothing seems to work after a month, get a sleep specialist. Get a referral from your doctor or call one of the accredited sleep disorder centers. Get help immediately from a medically trained sleep specialist if you're waking up with shortness of breath and/or chest pain, or if you're falling asleep at inappropriate times, such as while driving a car or responding to a funny joke. Begin your new lifestyle tonight by going to bed 15 minutes earlier than usual. If reading this has kept you up past your usual bedtime, forgive me. Start tomorrow night. Within just a few weeks of following the golden rules and strategies, you'll join the ranks of the well-rested. Your sleep bank account will be in balance, not in debt. You'll soon realize that you've never before known what it is like to be fully awake. The difference is that profound. Chapter 7. How to create a great bedroom environment. Across the centuries and around the world, people have slept well on everything from bare ground to hay, sheepskins, and waterbeds. Beyond the earth, astronauts have accommodated themselves to sleeping strapped vertically in sleeping bags under weightless conditions. The bedroom is your refuge. Although people can get used to almost anything, the bedroom environment does make a difference in how well you sleep. For fully restorative sleep, you must properly set the stage for the theater of the night. Setting the stage. Most important, your bedroom must be quiet, dark, and cool. Noise. Make sure your bedroom is an easy place to fall asleep and stay asleep. Keep your bedroom quiet. Individuals differ in their sensitivity to noise. Any sound that exceeds 70 decibels can stimulate your nervous system, send signals to the rest of your body, and keep you awake. Dripping faucets, noisy radiators, ambulance, fire and police sirens, barking dogs, loud stereos, and late-night revelers are common rest inhibitors. Sleep trivia. Winston Churchill had twin beds. When he couldn't fall asleep in one, he would move to the other. He is known to have worked from his bed during World War II. Sound should be low level and consistent or eliminated altogether. Abrupt, intense, and intrusive sounds can disturb your sleep. A sudden noise will elevate your blood pressure. Changes in sound intensity will be more disturbing than constant sounds. If the sound increases in intensity, your pupils will dilate and your heartbeat will quicken. Perhaps it's good that an important signal like a baby crying for attention can wake you easily, but it won't help your sleep. You might be able to adapt to certain familiar noises over time, such as the ticking of the grandfather clock or traffic noise if you live in a city or near a highway. It takes about a week for someone from a rural area to adapt to city traffic noises. Conversely, the absence of familiar noises can also disrupt sleep. City dwellers often find it difficult to fall asleep when they vacation in the quiet countryside. It's too quiet. People who live near airports often say they sleep through the roar of engines overhead, but researchers have found that the noise still disturbs sleep. If you can't avoid noises from planes, traffic, neighbors, or even other family members, try earplugs or a fan or air conditioner in the summertime. If music helps you sleep, keep a radio near your bed. Mail order companies love to promote fancy gadgets and put the sound of the surf or crickets in the forest to help put you to sleep. If you want to spend extra money and the electronic sand person seems to help, that's fine. Some people also find white noise generators helpful for blocking out sounds that are keeping them awake. A cheaper alternative is to set the tune of your FM radio between any two stations. The pseudo white noise you'll hear will do wonders to mask unwanted sounds and promote sleep. Light level. Too much light can contribute to sleepiness. Using dark fabric to block windows or the rim of a door can significantly reduce the amount of light leaking into the bedroom from hallways, streets, and early morning sunlight. Eye shades may also do the trick. Temperature. The ideal temperature for sleeping is about 65 degrees Fahrenheit. If it gets too warm or too cold, your total sleep time may be reduced. A hot bedroom or too many blankets and bedclothes may disturb sleep and even induce nightmares. You're more likely to wake up in a sweat. Many parents bake their young children at night, although with only the best of intentions. It's no wonder the kids wake up in the middle of the night with bad dreams. Don't freeze your kids either. A cold room could be just as disruptive if it causes them to wake up shivering during the night. Humidity level. Some people prefer fresh air, but it's not a prerequisite for a good night's sleep. An ideal relative humidity level for the bedroom is between 60 and 70%. You may want to buy a humidifier or dehumidifier, depending on your needs. An added advantage of having a humidity control device is that its constant hum may drown drown out noises that could otherwise be disruptive. Security. Do you feel safe and secure at night? An extra lock on the front door might make all the difference in how secure you feel at night. So too might another smoke alarm. As part of your nightly bedtime ritual, check the door locks and close windows before you head for the bedroom. You'll sleep easier, and don't forget to keep fresh batteries in your smoke detector.